So this is a very bizarre feeling to be talking tonight. I'm by myself in a hotel in Iowa City on my way to a conference, my first time away from Tim and the girls since last June. It feels a little bit strange to be going off on my own, but it also feels like healthy for me, and I'm excited to go to this conference and to meet people in person that I've been collaborating with for the past year or more. We'll be doing a presentation. Some of us are doing a presentation on Thursday on occupational therapist role in climate action. So that's all good and fun. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in the car. Zach Bush is amazing. If you're curious to know about the increasing prevalence of cancer on our planet, especially in the United States, especially in the Midwest, I highly recommend listening to any of Zach Bush's podcasts or YouTubes. He has a film. It's called Farmer's Footprint. And I believe it's a series of several 30-minute clips. He's a physician, highly specialized physician in a lot of different fields, but he's really pursued his work more recently in farming and just looking at the gut and brain connection and realizing that a lot of the stuff that we're seeing in our hospitals and healthcare clinics, in doctors' offices, a lot of these things are stemming from the increasing use of chemicals in our environment, in our food systems. It's stuff that I've known about. It's what came across my radar as soon as Tim was diagnosed, because I knew that in his 20s, he spent a good amount of time spraying fertilizers on golf courses in his late teens and early 20s. We also live on a farm, and there's spraying that happens around us. And it's in our food system everywhere. So I've just been driving and listening and listening and listening, and it's just all I'm laughing and I'm smiling, but inside I'm just acknowledging the bigness of this problem, the bigness of it's so big. It's so big, and it's, I think the question when Tim was diagnosed was, how does somebody who cares so much about what he eats and what he puts into his body and how he prepares his food and how he grows his food, if he can get cancer, anybody can get cancer. And it's true. 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer at some point during their adult life. 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer. Those numbers are just crazy. 20 years ago or so, 4% of children would receive some kind of diagnosis in their youthhood. Now that number has increased to 47%, and it might be even a little bit higher than that. So 47% of our children will receive some kind of diagnosis. So Zach Bush has done a deep dive into what is going on that's causing these numbers to be increasing exponentially, and what's going on that's impacting the health of the patients that he's committed to serving. I've seen it for the length of my adult career in healthcare, where people have just a laundry list of medical diagnoses, and I've always thought to myself, this is just not normal. It's not normal. It is not right. It's not healthy. It's not normal. And the reasons are so varied. But this heavy use of pesticides and herbicides and fungicides that are just so pervasive in our current farming practices. It just finds its way into our food system, and we are all affected by it. It's in our food system, and it's also in the air that we breathe. It's in the water that we drink. It's in the earth that we walk on in many of the places where we spend time. So I'll be posting some links about his videos in my different social media feeds. I'll put a link in the bottom of, in the notes for this talk today. He's an amazing person to listen to. He's very easy to understand. He makes very complicated and complex medical, health, farming topics kind of easy to listen to and digest. He does a fabulous job of weaving all kinds of things together in a way that just makes it make sense. So, we have a 5-acre farm, and I've learned so very much about farming from the 5-acre farm that we have. I've definitely learned about the temptation to use products that would just wipe out the thing that you don't want there, whether you call it a weed or invasive species or different things. And these chemicals are literally destroying our lives and may be, fast tracking us towards an end that we don't want to see. So I'm going to stay onward with my, I'm not going to call it a fight because I don't want to use aggressive words. So I will stay onward with advocating and calling people to action and studying and learning so that more and more of it makes sense to me, so that I can speak about it in ways that make more sense to the people I hope to influence to act. My invitation to you is to just keep educating yourself so that you understand the world that you live in, whether it's the natural environment all around you on which you depend, or all of the stuff that we've created that, we're really having to question now. And it matters that we question it. So, I don't know what else to say. I just kind of wanted to touch base and say hello and let you know what's going on right now. And I think that's it. So thanks for being here. Peace and good night.